assuming that you cannot afford a lump sum amount of money, assuming you cannot afford a lump sum amount of money of, for example, 300k, 300k, 200k, 500k, and so on and so on. Now, you feel, or not you feel, but you cannot afford 300,000, 200,000, 500,000 to put it in an investment account, either in a money market fund account, buying shares, and so on and so on. But again, you feel like you have a job, or you have a salary, or a business that normally gives you a paycheck or an income of a certain amount of money. For example, let's just take an example here. Let's say that you have a job or your business that gives you a net salary or income of 70k or income of 70,000. And then of course, you know you're supposed to enjoy life. So that is how you are going to budget these 70,000, just to make sure that you also have some money that you put in an investment account. Remember, you cannot afford a lump sum amount of money, but you want to make a goal here. You want to make a goal. Now, I'm going to tell you as the financial advisor, take 50% of these 70k to your needs, all right? And then I'll tell you, take 30% of these 70k to your wants. And then take 20% of this 70k to your investments, all right? And when you do this calculation, you find out that this one is 14,000. This one is 50% of 70,000 is 35,000. Then take 35,000, you less what? You less, this is 0.30 times 70,000. Of course, your wants, you are going to have 21,000. 21,000. Yeah. You are going to have 21,000. I think 21,000 is a lot of money when it comes to wants. But of course, you know, someone might be having a family and you have kids and you have to pay school fees. This is where now you have to kujinyima so that you can shift the money to, so that you can have to pay some school fees. But I said, no matter what kind of a life that you are living, this one is very important. It is compulsory. That 14,000, whether you are paying school fees or not, make sure that there is a way you adjust your wants and your needs just to save this. Because me, I'm not interested with how you are going to play out here. Me, I'm just interested with this because we said rule number 1, savings and investment is compulsory. Kama uko na watoto wanaenda shule, kama uko na nini, I don't care. But just make sure 14,000 goes to your investments and your savings. You also need to secure the financial security of those particular kids when they are going to universities and colleges. Kuna mtu wako na watoto saa hii wako primary school and you are not saving anything and you are just there saying that, oh, nalipia watoto school fees, hakuna pesa inabaki, sijui nini. Now wakifika campus where the education is very expensive and close to unaffordable, you know you have to plan yourself. So the little amount that you are getting, just make sure that you save 20% just to secure the financial education and so on for those particular kids. So si kila wakati ni kulalamika, oh, sijui nini, oh, 35,000, 21,000, and then you go on and allocate 21,000 to your, unajua sometimes naonanga hii budget ni ya bachelors na watu wenye hawana responsibilities. But when it comes to people who have kids and other responsibilities, sometimes you have to adjust this 20,000 of your wants, because sioni mtu akijibamba na 21k and yet you have some responsibilities in your family. But this one is a must. 14,000, it's not negotiable. That one you have to save. So you have 14,000 that you can put in a money market fund account. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this video, I'll give you a disclaimer of how now you can see how this 14,000 can come to help you even after so many years when your kids are joining to campus and your colleges. All right? Unajua kuna watu wapigangi hesabu na ndio maana nakujanga hapa na simama na wachanua. You don't have to have millions of money. You just need to put a small section of it so that even after 20 years when your kids are in campus, or after 10 years when your kids are in campus, you don't have to struggle financially. Absolutely. Actually, you will have a very good amount of money to finance their education and just forget about it without struggling. And this is the way to go. All right. Now, you have some 14,000 there. Now, you are asking me, John, now tell me, I can be able to afford to put 14,000 aside. Now, I want to know how long is it going to take me for me to put this 14,000 and get 1 million. Remember, you're not aware. You just know that you can be able to put 14,000 in an investment account. And then I ask you, what investment account are you willing to put your money? And then you tell me money market fund account, or you ask me which one do you prefer? Then I'm going to tell you, you can try money market fund account. Now, why money market fund account? Because number one, there is what we call liquidity. Liquidity is where you can withdraw your money anytime you want. Anytime you want, you feel like you have an emergency or an opportunity of a business that has come along, you can be able to withdraw that particular funds. Number two is the security. Money market funds are very secure, not 100% completely secure, but they are very secure, putting into consideration the aspects of regulations, segregation of funds, and how the fund managers are going to be very careful when they are choosing their investments. And then again, we have the aspect of compounding that is very important, where your money compounds daily. And it's not a lot of accounts or investment accounts are going to have this aspect of compounding. Sometimes it's money market funds. Others are going to compound monthly, yearly, and so on and so on. And others, like fixed deposits account of banks, are going to have a flat interest rates that normally tell you lock your money for a certain period of time and then just multiply flat with that particular amount that you have put there. Now, so you have decided you are going to put 14,000 in a money market fund account, but you don't know how long it's going to take you to accumulate this amount to 1 million. And that is what you want to find out. John, tell me, how long is, if I save 14,000, itanichukua muda mugani so that it can reach 1 million? All right. If you want to find out, then this is where we begin. All right. Now let's do this calculation and advise this particular investor on or give an opinion to this particular investor who wants to know how long it's going to take for them to put 14,000 and accumulate it to 1 million. So we are going to have particulars here. Let's have some particulars here. So your monthly contribution is equals to 14,000. Our interest rate or our compounding rate, we are going to take 11.5%. Why am I taking 11.5%? Now, I'm making this video on 7th of March 2025. Today is 7th of March 2025. So kama utakuwa ukiwatch video 2027, this video was meant for 7th of March 2025. And the money market funds interest rates have gone down, and they are ranging an average ziko hapa 11.5%. Now, Zidi money market fund ya Safaricom niliona leo iko 7.3%. So it's way much below the treasury bills. Of course, there are people who are still investing here, but Etika Money Market Fund is giving at 11.5% there. That's why I've decided to take 11.5%. Now, all right, that is compounding rate. Our N is what we are going to look for. It's how many months or years, but we are going to take in months, then convert into years. How many months or years is going to take us to reach to 1 million. And then our future value here, of course, we know it's 1 million. We are looking for 1 million. Now, in this compounding rate, we can actually convert this one to monthly, which is equals to 11.5% divided by 12, which is equivalent to 0.001. No, this is 0.115 divided by 12, and we get what? Calculators, very important. 0.115 divided by 12, we get a 0.0096, 0.0096 there. So this is the compounding rate that we are going to use monthly. That is a monthly compounding rate because 11.5% is per annum. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you just remember what I've been doing in my previous videos, we normally say our future value is equals to amount, and we know our amount is 14,000. Then into brackets 1 plus r raised to power n minus 1 divided by r. All right. You are very much aware of this particular formula because I've used it in a lot of my videos. All right. So our future value is 1 million here. And our amount here is 14,000. All right, into brackets, 1 plus 0.0096 raised to power n minus 1. All right, minus 1. This one is raised to power n. Let me write this well. Minus 1 divided by 0.0096. Fantastic. Now, if you remember in high school, we used to solve these kinds of problems. And whenever we had a problem like this, we used to take this amount here, 14,000, we divide on both sides. 14,000. If you remember, high schoolers muko hapa. So I think this one is going to cancel out like that. These 3 zeros goes with those 3 zeros there. And then we are left with 1,000 divided by 14. 1,000 divided by 14. High schoolers muko hapa. That is 71.43. That is 71.43 is equals to. Then we can solve what is here on this side. This is 1.0096. 1.0096 raised to power n minus 1 divided by 0.0096. Again, we have another problem. Sorry, we have another problem here. And whenever we had a problem like this in high school, we used to cross multiply. We bring this amount to this side, and then we are left with the other side. So we are going to take our 71.43, we multiply by 0.0096 is equals to 1.0096 raised to power n minus 1. Here ni kama tunafanya mahesabu ya high school, at the same time we are doing financial intelligence because these are money calculations, but again inaturudisha na huko nyuma. So watu wenye mnaulizanga masomo ya high school inasaidia wapi, masomo ya campus inasaidia wapi, huku ndiko inasaidianga. Real life situation, sio lazima ulalamiki ati if I don't get a job, naenda shule nasoma sipati job. Now why are we applying high school education here? All right, so you have to ask yourself those kind of questions. So if you don't have these formulas, then again it becomes very hard for you to even do whatever we call loan amortization schedules and so on and so on. So wewe hata unaweza danganywa. So for this, for knowledge for knowledge purpose is very important. Not necessarily atukue na job yenye unafanya hizi vitu, but you can just be having them in your head so that you can be one step ahead other people. All right, now multiply this very fast. This is 71.43. You multiply by 0.0096. 0.0096, you get 0.685. That is equivalent to 0.69. So 0.69 is equals to 1.0096 raised to power n minus 1. Now, remember again in high school, whenever we had a problem like this, we used to take this -1 and we bring it to this other side. And if it's a negative, when it crosses to this other side, it becomes a positive. So we are going to have, if we add this one to this one, this is 1.69 is equals to 1.0096 raised to power n. Now we want to eliminate, if I rewrite this, it means 1.0096 raised to power n is equals to 1.69. Now remember in high school again, whenever we had a problem like this and we want to eliminate this n here, we used to introduce what we call logs. You remember logs? High schoolers muko hapa. Logs, we used to introduce them and we used to say n log 1.0096 is equals to log 1.69. We used to introduce logs on both sides, all right, because this one is an equation. So we divide by log 1.0096 on both sides, then log 1.0096. So this one goes with that, it cancels out, and then we are left with n on this side. All right, so we can do log 1.69 divided by log 1.0096 very fast. So log 1.69 is equals to divided by log 1.0096. So we are left with 54.9. 54.9 months, that is equivalent to 55 months, all right? If we round off, that is 55 months. If we round off, that is 55 months. Now, these are the number of months. So what does it mean here? Because we are doing a calculation to find out how long it's going to take us to accumulate 14,000 to reach it to 1 million. So it's going to take us 55 months. So what is 55 months in years? Just divide this one by 12. You get what? All right. This is 55 divided by 12. You get 4.58 years. That is equivalent to 4.6 years, all right? That is N is equals to 4.6 years. Can I say 4.4 years and 6 months? Yeah, 4 years and 6 months, something like that. You can still confirm, but it's around 4 years and 6 months, right? Good. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you learn from that calculation? Imagine 14,000. Within 4 years, utakuwa na 1 million yako safi yenye hujajisumbua, ilikuwa tu kusave kwa account yenye ina compound. Haukusumbuka. It was just like, oh, what do we call this? I think this one is very amazing. For those guys who don't want to invest and they are still saying, oh, sijui nini, that money I could have taken to a business, sijui nini. Now, kuna watu mtu atasave 14,000 ifike 200k, afungue biashara ianguke, ya kwanza ianguke. Kidogo kidogo asave again, asave ifike 250,000, afungue biashara ingine haimpei profit because of bad management of the business, ama lack of knowledge when opening a business, ama you did not do a good research. But kuna mtu on that process, wakati unafungua mabiashara zikiangukaga because you are not doing a good research, someone else is going to take this money to a money market fund account, and by the time inafika 4.6 years, huyu mtu akona 1 million and actually can have taken time to study businesses and have identified, now this 1 million, this is the kind of business that I want to, and this person withdraws all the money and goes and starts a very good business. But wewe in the 4 years you still doing trial and error, and it becomes chaotic because hakuna biashara hata moja imewahi simama. Na kuna mtu ataniambia, we, you don't know what you are doing. If you don't have a business, just keep quiet because the 14,000, all that money you take to a money market fund account, you know, the choice is yours. Mine is just to come here, do calculations, and so that we can see how we can be able to help each other. 14,000 in a money market fund account. And by the way, it doesn't have to be 4.6 years. If this interest rate goes up like to 13% or 14% net rate, it means the investment period reduces. It can be 3.8 years and so on and so on. Then after those 3.8 years, you can be able to open a business that is actually making some sense. Si utu biashara tudogo. You can open a business that is making sense. A very good hotel that is going to have very good equipments. You can be able to open a very good barbershop and salon that is going to have all the equipments that can be able to draw a lot of customers and so on and so on. And you just have to take time, and that's how you normally build wealth, slowly by slowly, bila haraka mingi. But you just have to do such, you know, when you make decisions, you have to make sure these are strategic decisions. And that's why Sir John Mweri and ex-Finop Accountancy and Insurance Consultancy, we normally come here and do such calculations so that you can make strategic decisions. And by the way, guys, we said whenever you are doing an investment, wacha kuharakisha. Hurry has no blessing. Wacha turudi Raima. Wacha kuharakisha. Investments and building of wealth is going to take a lot of time. It's going, not a lot of time, but some time. So whenever you make a decision, make sure it's a timely decision. If you want to accumulate 1 million, give yourself time. You're not going to, like, after 1 year, you have 1 million, not unless you are earning a very high amount of money that you can be able to contribute almost 50,000 per month. And then when you multiply that one by 12 months, you can be able to have like 1.2 million or something. All right. Such a calculation. But you know, 70% or 65% of the population are Gen Zs like me. We are not going to afford that particular amount of money, but you can start small here. All right. So that is it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed and you can make a decision out of that. Remember, you can always look for me if you want to open a money market fund account. You can open a Tika money market fund with me. So you can always call me if you need any clarifications. My number, my description, my email, and everything are always on the description there. You can look for them there, and then you can be able to reach me out. This is another reason that you should always stay subscribed to my YouTube channel. And of course, if you're watching this video from TikTok, just make sure that you follow me there so that you can enjoy more videos that are coming on your way. So thank you so much and have a nice time. Enjoy. See you in my next video.